What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new fantasy football video. And in this video I'll be talking about predicted lineups for all 20 clubs for the upcoming season. Now this will help you massively for picking your 15-man squad in fantasy football, and the deadline of course is this Friday. So let's get straight into this video, guys. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. There'll be lots and lots of fantasy football content in the upcoming days and throughout the season. So first up is Arsenal. And in goals is Leno, left back Tierney, Mari, White and Bellerin. Now there is some doubt here. Chambers could also be right back, but we think Bellerin will be right back for the first game week. And two defensive midfielders will be Xhaka and Lokanga, followed by three across midfield, Aubameyang, Smith Rowe and Pepe, and up front is Lacazette. So that's our prediction for Arsenal, guys, and these are all predictions for game week 1 only. So let's move on to Aston Villa, and in goals is Martinez, left back Target, two centre backs Konsa and Mings, and right back is Cash. Left midfield is El Ghazi, McGinn and Nakamba in the centre, and Traore on the right, and the two strikers Ings, their new signing, and Watkins. And move on to Brentford, a newly promoted side. In goals Raya, three at the back, Ayer, Jansen and Pinnock. Kind of a left wing back and a right wing back Brentford play. So they have Henry, Norgard, Onyeka, Janelt and Canos on the right wing back. And two strikers are Tony and Mbembo. And on to Brighton. In goal Sanchez. Brighton kind of play 3-4-3 formation or a 3-4-1-2. So three centre backs are Webster, Dunk and Veltman. Left wing back March, Basuma, Gross, and right wing back is Mpupu. Kind of attacking midfielder Trossard, and the two strikers are Connolly and Mopai. Moving on to Burnley, they're expected to play in a 4-4-2 formation. Pope in goals, Taylor, Bin-Mee, Tarkowski and Lowton make up the back four. McNeil, Cork, Westwood and Brownhill make up the midfield, and Chris Wood and Vidra are the two strikers. And we move on to Chelsea. And of course, there's still some doubt with some Chelsea players that haven't returned back from the Euros, the likes of James and Jorginho, for examples, and Chilwell. So on goals is expected Mindy, three at the back Rudiger, Zuma and Aspilicueta, left wing back Alonso, Kovacic and Kanté in the centre, right wing back Hudson Odoi, Werner, Havertz and Ziyech make up the front three. Moving on to Crystal Palace. In goals Guetta, Mitchell, Guhai, Koyati and Ward make up the back four. Schlupt, Riedewald and Gallagher make up the midfield, and the three forwards Zaha, Benteke and Ayew. Moving on to Everton, of course they have a new manager now. And in goals is expected to be Pickford, the back four, Digne, Godfrey, Keane and Coleman. Two defensive midfielders, Alain and Decore. On the left of midfield, Iwobi, and there's also talks of Gray here, so this spot is up for grabs. Attacking midfielder is Rodriguez, and on the right is Townsend, and up front is expected Calvert-Lewin, but there's doubts over a toe injury here, but he is expected to be fit. Next up is Leeds, and in goals Meslier, the back four Dallas, Cooper, Scrook and Ayling. Defensive midfielder Phillips, left midfield Harrison, Rodrigo and Klitsch in the centre, and Rafinha on the right, and up front on his own is Bamford. Moving on to Leicester, Schmeichel makes up the goalkeeping position. The back four of Bertrand, Sinachu, Amarte and Pereira, Tillmans and Ndidi sitting in midfield, Barnes on the left, Madison through the middle and Perez on the right, with Vardy expected to be the striker. Moving on to Liverpool. In goals is Alisson. Tismikis is expected to be left back due to Robertson's injury. Van Dijk is expected to come back from his knee injury, and Matip is expected to partner him with Alexander-Arnold on the right in midfield. In midfield is expected to be Keita, Fabinho and Milner. And the front three expected to be Mane, Jota and Salah. Moving on to Man City. And in goals is Ederson, Mendy, Diaz, Stones and Cancelo expected to make up the back four. Gundogan, Rodri and Fernandinho in midfield. New signing Grealish, Torres and Mahrez expected to make up the front three. Moving on to Manchester United. In goals De Gea, left back Shaw, Lindelof and Maguire centre-backs with Wan-Bissaka on the right. Fred and McTominay sitting in midfield. Pogba, Fernandes and Greenwood and Martial up front. Moving on to Newcastle. They're expected to play in a 3-5-2 formation with 2 wing-backs. In goals, Woodman, Clark, Lascelles and Fernandes expected to be the centre-backs. Ritchie, Longstaff, Shelvey, Hayden and Murphy expected to make up the midfield. And the 2 strikers, Wilson and St. Maximum. Moving on to Norwich. In goals, Krul, Ganalis, Umabamdeli, Gibson and Arns. Gilmore and Rupp in defensive midfield. Cantwell, Dowell and Les Malou and Pookie up front. Moving on to Southampton. McCarthy is expected to be in goals. Perard, Selesu, Bernarek and Walker-Peters. Romeo and Armstrong. With Redmond on the left and Walcott on the right. And Adams and Tella expected to be up front. Moving on to Tottenham. Lloris in goals. The back 4, Reguilon, Dyer, Sanchez and Tanganga. 2 defensive midfielders, Højbjerg and Skip. Bergwijn, Dele Alli and Moura. And Son is expected to start up front. Watford. In goals, Batchman, Rose, Seralta, Ekong and Ngaka. Cleverly, Etobo and Kucha. And Cucho, Dini and Sarr expected to make up the front 3. Now we move on to West Ham. In goals is Fabianski, Criswell, Diop, Dawson and Kufal make up the back 4. Rice and Suchek in the defence of midfield. Benrahma, Fornells and Bowen and Antonio is expected to be up front. Moving on to Wolves, and it's our final team. In goals, Sa, the back 3 of Kilman, Cody and Saiss. Left wing back Markel. In the centre of midfield, Matinho and Neves, followed by right wing back Semedo. And the front 3, Traore, Jimenez and Trancao. So there you go, guys. That's just a roundup of our predicted lineups for the upcoming season. Now if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back with lots and lots of fantasy football content throughout the season. Have a great day.